dusty roads and broken signs.
The first responsibility of an artist is to create good works. If the work you produce reminds someone of me, then you have failed because you are not original.
On my golden plate today is an ultimate luxury of a menu meant for royalty. Since you are one, Your Majesty, I present to you one of a kind episode featuring Konboye Eugene, an extraordinary artist who make breathtaking masterpiece from footwear.
Each footwear now, for example, it carries different story. People have used them. What's the story of this person that have used this footwear?
In this episode, we dive into his challenges, his creative process, and the inspiration behind his unique art style.
My name is Konboye Eugene. I'm an artist and an advocate for a clean environment. So,
how did you discover this medium? Or let me say style.
Style,
medium.
The use of this medium, I can trace it back to when I was a student. You know, I schooled in a place where students are very much challenged to do great things. You know, because year in year out you see good things and great things that people have done, and you want to kind of step up. You want to raise the bar. So that is it. So where I schooled, that was where it all started for me. You know, number one, there was shortage of material where I schooled. 2, the cost of materials, and 3, the need to do something different. That was actually what pushed me into using this material.
Artists that does recycling and upcycling of materials, they use a lot of materials. People use metal, people use computer parts. So why Flipflop? Why used Flipflop?
Let's come from the importance, how important they are, footwear, what they represent in our lives. They are a symbol of protection, because you wear footwear to protect yourself, for fashion and all that. And there are things that have been part of my own personal life right from when I was a child. You know, I use them to go about, and I use them to play games like this rubber and all that.
Okay, the throwing
and all that. So you see, it has always been part of me personally. You're part of the journey and all that. So now, seeing an opportunity where I have to also kind of rekindle that experiences I had with these things. You know, that time, maybe for example, you have 2 rubber, and that person can get 2 rubber, and on a play you chop that 2 rubber. It's a plus for you. So now it's a plus for you. Even sometimes you go out for the sole aim of looking for this footwear. When I was a child, it happens a lot. For the sole aim of looking for this footwear. So you understand. So I've had all these experiences and all that. So now having the opportunity to come back to this thing again I couldn't do that. And I not even fit think on twice again. I just embraced it.
Wow, that's good. How long does it take to create a piece? Especially, looking at this beautiful baby piece like this. How long does it take to create a piece?
Creating a piece takes months.
Months?
Yeah, months.
When we say months, like how many months?
We were talking about 2 months. 2 months minimally. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. But it all depends on the nature of the job, the nature of the piece itself, But then you can't predict. It's not something we can predict, because I work and sometimes I find myself kind of revisiting the work all over. So give and take 5 months, if it's a very big piece, but a medium piece, like 2 months.
The first time I saw this style of art, I saw it at Alexis Gallery, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Wow. When?
That was 2022. Is that your piece?
Yes, it's mine.
I saw that at Olaoye meet and greet. I think after he came back from this Buckingham Palace, after he drew the Queen of England, and then did a meet and greet at Alexis Gallery. Yeah. I was young that day to document the whole thing.
Wow.
And I saw that piece, when I entered the Alexis Gallery on that day, I was very, very close to the art piece. So I was like, what is this? So I started walking backward a little, like gradually, and I was able to see the beautiful creation. It was really, really beautiful. Like, you go into a gallery and you see a lot of work, from painting to sculpture to all these things. Yeah. But when I see your style, it's an art style that you have to enjoy from distance. You have to walk back probably the entire length of the gallery
Yeah.
or museum, as the case may be, I have to walk back and enjoy it from distance. So like everybody looking at the art piece, we are now like exactly beside each other. That is one of the very things that make me say, oh, I have to meet the artist that did this masterpiece. And that was 2022, and now this is 2024.
Yeah.
When working on this piece, how do you know which particular footwear to apply to a particular place? So how do you know what to put where? How?
Well, what makes it easy for me? What makes it easy actually is not when I want to work, when I'm selecting my palette, it's more about the tone. It's more about the tone, which is how dark a footwear is and how light it is. That is what I resemble. So the tone is maybe more important than the color itself. If it's blue, for example, you may have different shades of blue.
Yeah.
And every shade, the shades are different. So that's what creates the blend.
Wow.
So I have to sort these things according to not just the color, but according to the tones. I can have two different footwear of different colors, like a red and a blue.
Yeah.
So what I do then is to compare the two if they are of the same tone. If they are of the same tone, or which is darker. That is actually how I work. That's why when you come close, you see all the footwear, different colors, but when you go back, the distance help you blend
just see
everything
like
together.
one single
Yes.
piece of an artwork.
Yeah.
When you are close, you'll be like, oh, this is baby shoe, this is adult shoe, this is infant, this is teenager shoe, whatever it is. But once you start working backward, everything just disappears and you start seeing artwork.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, the work actually is in two layers. Number one, when you come close, is your interaction with the footwear. Your interaction with the footwear is seeing them and interact with them, because each footwear now, for example, it carries different story. People have used them. What's the story of this person that have used this footwear? That is it. Then when you go back again, then it all comes together and creates an image for you to see. So
Wow, that's beautiful.
thank you.
That's beautiful. What is your most painful experience as an artist?
As an artist, my most painful experience working with this material, if I should pick one, I will pick the day I went to a landfill here in Abeokuta. I went to a landfill here in Abeokuta. I wanted to access the landfill so I can get some footwear. I wasn't alone, I was with my team, but then we were stopped. We were asked not to. We can't access the landfill. Because number one, deep down inside of me, I felt that these are things that are not useful to the environment. They are harmful.
They're harmful,
So
definitely.
what I wanted to do is more like, okay, I am giving a part of me and contributing a portion of my own quota into creating a safe environment, but we're denying access into that landfill. So that was very painful because it makes no sense. I was asked to go through a process of writing a letter to seek permission from the Ministry of is it Ministry
Just
of
because you
Environment?
want
yes, to access a landfill in Abeokuta here. So it was.
You have to write letter to
write
access
to the
landfill.
ministry. So it's actually a painful experience for me personally. But other things are just I feel they are just part of the job, And creating a piece after a very long while, I feel like okay, this thing doesn't sit well and I have to start all over and all that. So, but that is not as painful as that particular experience.
I can relate
Because
to that.
actually that's an experience that actually stood out.
Wow.
Revisiting a work after a very long time, after creating, it's like it has happened so often that I didn't see it as anything. But you see that experience is one thing.
You can never forget.
I can never forget.
Can you tell me the journey of your favorite piece? Because I know every artist, the project they are working on is like, that's my favorite piece. But your particular piece that you can say, this is your favorite piece. And can you just tell us the journey surrounding that particular piece? Probably some of the challenges that you went through creating that piece, or you are going through, because I don't know if it's what you are still working on. So let me say, went through or going through creating that piece.
Well, a favorite. I don't have a favorite piece. I actually love I love all my work across board because each piece comes with a different feeling. There's no particular field that you say that I feel okay. I'm totally satisfied with everything, but then I might feel this about this one, and where there's a vacuum, the other piece will fill that vacuum. So I actually love all my work across board. I love all of them, everything that I've created, and even the things I'm thinking to create. I love them. But then there's this piece that I would say, okay, this piece, because of the circumstances surrounding the creation of that piece. There's this piece I created during COVID-19, during the COVID-19 period.
That's a very, very personal period.
You understand? That was because my studio is not. I don't live in my studio. My studio is a bit. It's a distance from my house, and now I work in the studio. So now, because of what has happened, I was forced to leave the studio. So I wasn't working, and my house is a very small space, So, but because I had to pick few things from the studio and take them home to work, that piece actually, so that circumstance surrounding the creation of that piece actually is something I still remember very much, because throughout that period, I created just one piece throughout COVID-19, So now I don't have to go anywhere. I don't go out. You can't go to the market. You don't go to church. You're home 24/7. So that period, I just immersed myself in that particular piece. So I just one portrait. My inspiration, I will say it's more on hope. It's more on hope. Looking at something that people have kind of disregard, things that people have no use for, bringing those things and giving them a new name, a new life. Working with post-consumer material actually have opened me a lot. Like, you don't just kind of just write things off. That's what my practice is all about. You don't write things off. It might not be important to you, but the moment and the day that thing meets the right person, it becomes very much important. Through my art, I've learned a lot, even with people around. When you look at people and you feel, okay, this person, nothing can come out of it. But believe me, there's something. It's just about meeting the right person. There are a lot of people that have seen footwear, for example, this footwear, and even a lot of people won't have them and they will throw them away. But today, if I buy slippers today and slippers cuts,
you're not throwing it away.
It's a thing of value for me. When I was 7, I was always carrying a crossbag. So during that period, whenever I'm walking, anywhere I'm going, and I see any footwear, I must pick it and put it in my bag.
Wow.
You understand? And at that point, I wasn't even walking in this direction. At that point, that was the beginning of when I started working with footwear. I wasn't working like this, but my works have evolved over time. You understand? So my work is about hope and kind of square up opportunity. Just give everybody and everything opportunity, and for sure, if it's right, if the time is right and the position is right, something good will clearly come out.
Thank you very much for your time. You can click here or check the link in the description for the next part. Thank you. Subscribe, comment your opinion.